Hey guys, we're here with Rehan, who just went undefeated 9-0 at Toronto Regionals with White Forest redemption for that YCS. What are your thoughts on the deck now?
Well, I think given the fact that I had a really nice run at the YCS, YCS Rhode Island, and I went 9-0 today, I think this deck is super underrated and it's so much fun to play.
Awesome. Well, let's get to listen.
Okay. So for starters, still 3 LZ, 3 Sylvie, 3 Stellar. This is super unconventional, technically still, very debatable. But for anyone that saw my YCS profile, I still played the 11 starters, White Forest starters in 45 to have an 80% chance of opening one, and it paid off. So last honorary White Forest card, technically Azamina card too, very powerful card. Fusion effect came up a few times today. So yeah, that's just like the White Forest little guys lineup. Then the one-ofs, the Diabell Star, the White Witch, and Vengeance. This is a crazy card when paired with any of the Diabells. So many game shot lines come up because of this card. This card's effect to protect from card effect destruction. This time I did not forget. I forgot it in my future match against the Fire King players. Today I did not forget, and I played against Fire King again. So very powerful cards, and this genuinely has given the deck a whole other dimension. Continuing with the starters, more spells. Witch of the White Forest, definitely a 3 of. I know there's arguments of like, oh, you know, I want to play 1, I want to play 2. Definitely 3 of. You want consistency, you want extension in this deck. This deck can play through so much. And today, like, I generally played through like 4 hand traps at a time and still like either built a board or like broke through my opponent's boards and killed him. Tails, Sinful Swallows of the White Forest, very good card. Very flexible in terms of your lines, and generally this is the card that I go for a lot of times if I do have an extender in hand, because going first this beats Droll because you're still able to set up like, you know, various interactions on the opponent's turn, and your opponent goes -1 to stop you. Deception, so many one-ups in this deck, and then Wanted. Wanted can search either Vengeance or the original Diabell Star, so it makes it very flexible in this deck. So yeah, so there's Wanted, and then Hollowed for the Azamina plays. And continuing on with more engine, Sinful Spoils Morian. This is a Book of Moon that is able to be reset if you control a level 5 or higher illusion monster, which this deck has plenty, both in the main deck and in the extra deck. Curse of Diabell. I actually use its on-field effect to nuke the opponent's field once, which is very fun today. But usually it's just searching Philia Diabell. And to get into my Diabell engine, it's probably the best card in this deck, Foolish Burial Goods. Such a crazy card. Sends Blackout Lab, sends Curse of Diabell to get into your Diabell engine, which sets up game shots very often. Defensive cards, Cross Out, Call by Talents, Power 1-ups. Helps you kind of beat Drolls as well and hand traps. Thrust. The reason I like Thrust and Foolish Burial Goods in this deck a lot is because they can pivot between non-engine and they can pivot between engine as well. So this can get you like several one-offs, like even, you know, Pallid Azamina, for example, or it can get you Blackout Laughs, or you can get your power traps from the side as well. Going second, many times it just got Talents to look at the opponent's hand to rip any unknowns, so I can navigate a game shot perfectly. And then I also had the Blackout Laugh to send with Foolish Burial Goods, which was very effective. And then for hand traps, same hand trap lineup, 3, 3, 3, and 1. Still searchable. This is very weak, and I've had a discussion with other people about cutting down like, you know, Droll to 2 and cutting this down, and then playing like Perulia. But like it messes up the siding patterns, and I really like the siding patterns of this deck so far because you take out these, going second gets Malice, but you keep these in, you put in 3 Lancias, and you put in like Chaos Hunters as well. So Perulia's like as decent as they are into like Mitsu Raizo and like just Raizo variants, it wasn't working out for the siding pattern, so it didn't make sense to make the deck worse just to play a card that feels good to play, quote unquote. Extra deck, very standard, playing 1 Arciela, 1 Silvera, playing the 1 Queen, 1 Poplar, Venus Dragon, Chaos Angel, and Jiraishin. This card won me so many games today. Like, genuinely, such an underrated card from Alliance Insight. Both the effect to gain life points continuously makes it really difficult to kill you because you have so much follow-up on the pass back, and then at any point you pay 1,500, you can regek your opponent's board. So it's very, you know, difficult to counter because a lot of time people just don't see it coming. Fusions, Azamina Moa Regina, Ilia Sylvia, Murcielago, Sol, I'm not going to pronounce the last name, Saint Azamina. So pretty much almost the entire Azamina lineup. What I really like about this deck is that there's flexibility in the extra deck and in the main deck in terms of what line you want to go for. And I think not playing the Fiendsmith engine and playing this deck pure just gives you so much more flexibility in terms of navigating around the opponent's cards, interactions, and hand traps as well. Whereas the Fiendsmith cards would take up roughly 6 slots in the extra deck and 6 slots in the side deck. By removing those 6 slots in the main deck, I was able to play like 3 Thrax, 3 Foolish Burial Good, and by removing the options from the extra deck, I was able to play the full Azamina package along with like Duration as well. So, Guardian Chimera, Magistus Churzo comes up. It's a very risky line because it turns your Wanted into full combo, but it requires a lot of investment from your hand. But in the case that it does come up, you have the option in your extra deck, and there's no other card in the game that would allow you to pivot from your Wanted or Azamina lines into your White Forest lines. So it's there in case it comes up. Snake Eyes Doom Dragon. I made this last round against Ryan, who I played round 9, and Shiram, because I like the full art. Side deck. So the only change I made from my YCS Rhode Island profile is that I cut Meows down to 2. I was siding 3 Meows into Malice, but I realized I was kind of overkill and it wasn't like the best card. Super susceptible to like Ash and like their workarounds for their card. So I just kind of cut it down to 2 to help with siding patterns into like Mitsurugi Raizo, while still playing 3 and 3 of these. Generally, you want to stop them rather than give them the option to play, so I just valued these cards a lot more. Also into Malice, I sided 2 Lightning Storm and 1 Duster because they have a lot of back row. So if the Chummies resolve and I'm able to draw cards, I would like to draw into these cards. Going second against any non-combo deck, I play Diabellstar, also big detonator out if they don't have twins underneath. D-Barrier. Deck Devastation Virus. So this is for Mitsurugi Raizo, this is for Malice. And then the last card that I actually added in, Dragon's Mind.
Whoa.
So the issue was I need to take out 3 Chummies into the Mitsurugi Raizo deck. So I was playing D-Barrier and I was playing Dragon's Mind. Dragon's Mind is really good in this deck because you have so many intrinsic monsters that are like 2,500 original attack, and you like 3 of the deal bells, right? And they're very easy to get. So Dragon's Mind is really good from that perspective because it's live very often. And the other thing is that it's really good in terms of card economy. You can send it for any of your White Forest effects, any of your Diabellstar effects, and use its effect in grave to reset it. That makes it really good in terms of card economy, but also you can use Foolish Burial Goods to send this to the graveyard, pay 2,500 and reset it. That turns your Foolish Burial Goods into an Omni Negate, whereas before at the YCS, I was sending Foolish Burial Goods to send Black Goat last. While that's like decent in terms of diversifying your interactions, it's not good into every matchup. So if I have a Diabellstar on the field with like a Book of Moon, and I'm able to turn my Foolish Burial Goods into an Omni Negate, I think I'm taking the Omni Negate every single time. So this card is very good. I didn't go first post side much this event. So I don't know how good it was. I only saw it once, but like I hard drew it into Blue Eyes, and they tried playing, yeah, they got it. So that was the last card that I added in terms of helping with siding patterns, and I think theory-wise it makes a lot of sense, and it's something that I'll probably continue playing forward.
Awesome. Well, congrats again on the win, and any last shoutouts?
Yeah, shout out to the Council of Rabina for continuing to support me and helping me with testing. Shout out to all my testing partners for helping me test this event. Shout outs to you for hosting me on the channel again. Shout out to my fiance because I always need to shout her out. And shout out to everyone actually that came up to me, both like during Rhode Island, afterwards, and like online social media so far. It's been really nice, like with all like the positive like sort of responses that have come out of this deck. It's something I put a lot of time into over the past month, and I'm really happy to see it both perform well and see a lot of people like encouraged to play this deck as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.